Building wealth feels like a constant struggle, right? Most people think it's just endless grinding and saving every penny. But that's not the whole story. There are 3 key moments when the math suddenly changes in your favor. These are the tipping points where your money finally starts working harder for you than you work for your paycheck. In this video, we will show you exactly what these 3 moments are so you can stop struggling and start building an unstoppable wealth machine. The first tipping point is the most profound psychological shift you will ever experience, and it arrives quietly, disguised as a mundane monthly statement. For years, every bill that lands in your inbox or mailbox is a direct debit against your time and your energy. It is a line item that must be covered by the hours you traded from your life at your job. The shift happens when you look at your investment income. Those dividend deposits, that rental cash flow, that bond interest, and you realize with a jolt that it now permanently and reliably covers one of those core bills. That moment, when your capital steps in to pay for your groceries, your car insurance, your utilities, is the moment money stops being an abstract concept and becomes a functional employee. The psychological liberation of this cannot be overstated. You have not just saved money, you have purchased a piece of permanent freedom. That specific expense is now insulated from your job, from your mood, from the economy's whims. It is handled forever. You have offloaded a burden. This is the point where faith becomes fact. You are no longer just hoping the system works, you are living it in a small but incredibly powerful way. This tipping point is replicable and strategic. The goal is no longer just a bigger portfolio number. It's a list of specific life costs you intend to delete from your personal ledger and assign to your capital. You target your phone bill next, then your gas and electric. Each time you hit this point, you breathe a little deeper. The constant low-grade anxiety of making ends meet begins to dissolve, replaced by the calm confidence of someone who is gradually building a fortress of self-sufficiency. This is where you stop feeling like a hamster on a wheel and start feeling like an architect. The work you are doing is no longer about survival. It's about systematically transferring the weight of your existence from your fragile human shoulders to the immortal, relentless shoulders of compound growth. While the first tipping point rewires your mind, the second one rewires the very mathematics of your wealth. For the longest time, the story of your net worth is a simple, linear narrative. You earn, you save, the number goes up. You are the sole protagonist. The market's contributions feel minor, almost decorative, a little bonus on top of your brute force effort. Then, one year you sit down to do your annual financial review and you see something that changes everything. The amount your portfolio grew that year, through a combination of market appreciation and the relentless reinvestment of dividends, exceeds the total amount of fresh capital you contributed from your day job. Let that sink in. Your money, left alone to work, out-earned you. It added more to your kingdom than your labor did. This is the moment of critical mass, the moment the snowball you've been pushing for so long becomes so large that its own momentum down the hill exceeds the force you are applying to it. This tipping point is the concrete proof of concept for every financial lesson you've ever been taught. Compound interest is no longer a chapter in a textbook. It is your most productive employee. This shift transforms your relationship with your income. Your job money is no longer the lifeblood. It becomes high-octane fuel. A raise or a side hustle windfall is no longer just extra spending money. It's a strategic infusion that gets multiplied by the existing momentum of your portfolio, accelerating your timeline exponentially. The fear of market volatility diminishes because you have passed the test. You have seen a downturn and a recovery, and you have witnessed that the long-term trajectory, powered by this new internal momentum, is unstoppably upward. You begin to think in terms of decades, not days. Your focus shifts from the anxiety of contributing to the calm stewardship of a powerful, self-perpetuating machine. The third and ultimate tipping point is where the transformation is complete. This is not merely about your money covering your life. This is about your money generating so much excess energy that it can fully fund the creation of new wealth without requiring a single drop of sweat or ounce of thought from you. Your asset base, your dividend stocks, your property, your business interests, throws off cash flow. A portion of that cash flow covers your desired lifestyle in full, leaving a surplus. And here is the magic. That surplus is automatically, systematically funneled back into buying more income-producing assets. The cycle closes. The machine achieves perpetual motion. Your capital is no longer just working for you. It is recruiting, training, and deploying its own replacements. It is building its own future. At this stage, you are entirely removed from the wealth creation equation as a necessary input. Your labor is 100% optional, a choice made for purpose or passion, not for survival. This tipping point represents the complete transfer of heavy lifting. You are no longer the builder. You are the overseer of a city that now builds itself. Your decisions are no longer about scarcity and allocation, but about abundance and direction. Should the surplus flow into a new venture, into private equity, into philanthropy? You wake up not to an alarm clock, but to the quiet hum of a global economic engine that you own a piece of. An engine that worked the night shift while you slept, that negotiated international deals, that innovated in labs, that collected rent, that harvested dividends from thriving businesses on the other side of the planet. Your inbox in the morning isn't just filled with requests and demands. It's filled with confirmations and reports, notifications of capital doing its job. The psychological liberation of this cannot be overstated. The background noise of financial anxiety, a static hiss that has been present for your entire adult life, goes permanently silent. It is replaced by a profound and quiet confidence. You realize that your safety, your comfort, your freedom is no longer tied to your ability to please a boss, to outperform peers in a quarterly review, or to nervously watch economic indicators. It is secured by ownership. You have swapped the fragile, perishable currency of your time for the durable, perpetual currency of equity in the world's productive machinery. These tipping points are the silent milestones on the road to true financial liberation. They move you from a state of sheer effort to leveraged momentum, and finally to autonomous abundance. Understanding them is critical because it turns a long, often discouraging marathon into a series of achievable, exhilarating sprints. You're not just blindly saving for retirement, you're engineering a specific mechanical transition, a handoff of responsibility from your time to your capital. The first tipping point buys you peace of mind, as you watch your money permanently erase a line item of worry from your life. The second buys you undeniable confidence, as you witness your portfolio's growth eclipse your own contributions, proving the math is on your side. The third buys you your freedom outright, returning your time and your mind to you wholly and completely. So, if you're in the phase where your arms are burning from pushing, remember what you're pushing toward. You are building something that will one day push for you, then outpace you, and finally work for you on a scale you can barely imagine. Every dollar you invest today is not a sacrifice. It is a seed for a future employee that will never call in sick. Every act of delayed gratification is not a denial, but a down payment on a future of unlimited optionality. The path is hard because it is supposed to be. You are building a machine powerful enough to carry the rest of your life. Feed the machine, protect the capital. Stay relentless in your contributions and unshakable in your strategy during the inevitable storms. Your future self is not just waiting for you to arrive. They're waiting to thank you for the greatest gift one human can give another, the gift of time, sovereignty, and a life built not on answering to another, but on answering your own deepest call. That is the finish line. And beyond it, an entirely new race of your own design begins.